Good morning and welcome to a chilly River Ouse. Saturday the 13th of December, we had a heavy frost, as you might be able to see on the grass behind me, and yeah, we're having to go for Barbel. A lot of people think it's too cold for Barbel, but I've caught them in these conditions and I've caught big fish in these conditions and worse conditions, so it doesn't really worry me. You do get hook pulls in these conditions, so not feeding hard, but you can still hook them and you can still land them. So, river's too high to do any piking. Bit higher than I'd like. I could have gone further upstream and I'd go for some chub, but I think I'm going to do that tomorrow when it's dropped a little bit more. And yeah, fish is peg Monday. Had a couple of barbel out, lost one. And I put getting a bit of a knock there actually, I don't know what that was. And yeah, when I left on Monday, I put about half a kilo boilers in that I'd left. Where they ended up, I don't know. It's dropped about a metre since then, so when you feed in bait when it's that high, it can be ending up anywhere, but it'll certainly give the barbel in the area a taste of my bait, and hopefully it'll have them looking for it today. Just show you at river today. Quite a nice morning. Still quite early. What time? We've just gone 8 o'clock. Yeah, let's see how we get on. Here we go. First cast on a chilly morning. Don't feel a bad one. Like I say, I'm always paranoid this time of year at hook pulling. Been on a while though, this one now. It's not a monster, but it's decent fish. Going upstream a touch. There we go. Yeah. Not that big, probably 4 to 5 pounds that size. Chilly. Not looking forward to knocking this one. Well, had one first cast, didn't take long. Probably 20 minutes. Not a monster, but welcome fish on a day like today. Very lightly hooked, as I expected it would be. I'm lucky that didn't come off really. It's like holding a big ice cube. And there we go. Yeah, nice start to the day. Get him slip back and see if we can get 1 or 2 more. Well, I've put my second rod out, which I don't normally do. I'm not a big fan of fishing 2 rods. I don't like the way, you're sort of doubling your disturbance by having to cast twice as much, and I think you end up often, if you're sort of fishing, over bait, you end up spreading bait all over the swim, which you don't really want when you're barbel fishing. You want your bait fairly tight. But I'm expecting a slow day today. It's poor moon phase. Many people say about the temperature, but like I've mentioned before, temperature don't bother me when I'm barbel fishing. I got over that a couple of years ago. I realised you can catch them no matter how cold it is. So yeah, that really doesn't bother me. But yeah, the moon phase isn't great, but the conditions are good. It's a nice level. A bit of colour still in it, and like I say, I put some bait in the other day, which really helps in winter. You can put a bit of bait in a few days before you fish again. You know, especially if you've got a good, boiler you're confident in, or whatever bait you're confident in. Anyway, let's see how we go with 2 rods. I've put my right hand rod slightly further down, not massively further downstream, probably only a few, probably 3 yards extra. And I put a left hand one straight out, but obviously it's swung around a bit with flow. But it's a nice peg this, there's plenty of room for playing fish and you can walk along the bank. Yeah, that's my other thing with 2 rods, some swims are just too tight and when you're playing fish it just causes a problem. Here we go. Ah. Pulled out. Get it back out. Well, unfortunately, because of a winter hook pull there, but at least it's, a sign of a fish or 2 about. It's funny because the lad above me this lad just dropped in above me, he came down for a chat, and I was talking to him, one jumped clear out at water, actually, left water by about a foot. So they're certainly active today. Yeah, finicky bite, and yeah, it's, like I say, that's winter fishing for you, but a couple of hours left, so hopefully we'll get one or 2 more. It didn't feel the biggest to fish, that one, but yeah, we'll see how we get on. Here we go. Not a very big one, but the eye's off. Well, it's turning into one of those sessions to forget, really. That's 2 hook pulls now, which, yeah, unfortunately that's winter fishing, but doesn't do your confidence any good when you're hooking them and pulling out of them. You just start thinking every fish you hook, it's just going to come off. Well, that's it for today. Just see 1 barbel landed, pulled out of the 2 others. Wouldn't have been a bad day if we'd landed all 3. It's got bitterly cold, it's why I've got a brolly up behind me to try and keep the wind off. It's gone quiet, no fish rolling for the last hour or 2. There was 1 or 2 rolled earlier in the day, and there's that one that jumped clear at water, which is surprising. You don't normally see them do that in December. So I don't know if the water's a bit warmer than I thought, but anyway, thanks for watching, and join me next time, which should be tomorrow, and I think I'm going to do a bit of chub fishing. Could be piking, but it's probably going to be more likely chub. Anyway, thank you. Bye. Hello, and it's Sunday the 14th of December. Back on the Ouse barbelling, and I said I was going to go chub fishing, but weatherman's got it wrong again. It's chucking it down with rain. I wanted to go roving, so you don't want to be lugging a brolly about as well. I thought I'd rather go barbelling again, just sit on the brolly if it's going to chuck it down. Forecast that I looked at yesterday, just give it as cloud all day with odd little light shower, but I've looked again today, it's heavy rain all afternoon, so we're back on the Ouse. Got 2 rods out. Put luncheon meat on 1 for a change, and I've had a knock on it already actually, so not sure if that's still on or not. That's one reason, I don't like luncheon meat. You get a few knocks and you're never sure if it's still there or not, whereas boilies, yeah, they take some pulling off. Other thing with luncheon meat is in summer on the Ouse, there's a lot of mitten crabs and signal crayfish, so yeah, if I like a bit of luncheon meat, mitten crabs and crayfish But not so bad this time of year when water temperature's dropped, so you can get away with fishing it a bit more. I'll show you a swim. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna give it an hour in here. It's a swim I've had a few fish out of, but it's quite a shallow swim, and I'd preferred a couple of foot of extra water in it, to be honest. But I've had a knock, and it's, you know, there's obviously, if small chubber in there, you'd have thought Barbel might wander in as well, so we'll see what happens. But give it an hour, and if we don't have a fish, then I might have a move. Well, I've had a change of swim. Give it probably 45 minutes. In that first swim, nothing happened. I did have a knock on lunch and meat straight away, and nothing. So I've come up here, it's a bit deeper water. And left hand rod, which is the upstream rod, that's on the lunch and meat. And that rod there, downstream rod, is on malarkey wrapped in pears. Got a PVA bag on today because it's not as pushing through as much as it has been recently. The level has dropped. Whether Mandan's got the forecast right, it's chucking it down with rain. So I'm glad I didn't go chub fishing, because I like to have a move around when I'm chub fishing, just have a cast or two in each swim, and if you're lugging a brolly around it, just makes it less enjoyable. So yeah, see how we get on. Well, just had a bit of a frustrating loss on the lunch and meat rod. I'd only been out a couple of minutes and rod tip slammed over. Picked it up, and as soon as I picked it up, I could feel something wasn't quite right, and then yeah, I thought hook had pulled, but a wound in it cut me off. Unfortunately, some of these deep swims on those, they have bits of timber and rubbish on bottom, and it does happen. It's just frustrating though, it does. Put it back out, I've dropped it a bit shorter this time, so hopefully whatever the snag was, we're avoiding it now. And yeah, it's just frustrating on a day like today, because that could be the only bite we get. So yeah, let's see what happens. What time are we on? 2 o'clock, so I've got 2 hours left. Yeah, I felt half decent fish as well, but as I only had them for 2 or 3 seconds. But yeah, I can just feel, I thought this don't feel quite right, and yeah, it's pulling through a snag. So what can you do? Chucks it back out, and hopefully we get another chance. Well, got another chance. I didn't think we were going to get another chance today. I thought we'd blown it, missing that bite earlier. Well, getting cut off, should I say. Not that we've landed this one yet. Don't feel a bad fish. Lunch and meat again, interestingly enough. It's not that big, but welcome on a day like today. In the net. Well, managed one. I thought I'd blown my chance losing that fish earlier on. Not our biggest barbel, but it's welcome today. Quite well hooked as well for a winter barbel. kangaroo on, sticking his dorsal fin right up, getting slipped back and get wrapped up because it's weather's not the best.